Hello Math 152 students and welcome to the course. My name is Ms. Miller and I'll be your instructor for Math 152 this summer. This video has two objectives. The first is to show you a little around our Blackboard page. You'll notice that as I'm clicking, you'll be able to follow along. And the second is to put a face to the name behind all the emails and course directions that you'll get this summer. So let's start with the Getting Started tab. Right now there's nothing in our announcements, but this will quite quickly fill up and it will keep a record of all of the announcements that I send you throughout the semester. In the Getting Started tab, there's a couple things you want to pay attention to first. The Master Course Syllabus gives the generic information for all statistics sections, things like the credit hours, contact hours, and learning objectives. The Instructor Syllabus, if you click this link, gives you the document that contains my information, my office hours, grading information, the types of assignments that you'll have in this course. So let's take a look at that briefly. So here is our document, and I want to point out a few things. The beginning of the document has my office, CAD 326, my office hours, and then note there is an online office hour as well as seated. Online students are welcome to attend the in-person office hours as well as get email responses and help during the online office hours. Also note that if you email me, just jmiller@cvcc.edu, I'll respond to those emails at least once per day. So don't hesitate to send me email questions outside of these office hours. All right, so I'm not going to read all of this to you, but you do want to note in particular the midterm and final dates. I'll be reminding you of this as we get closer, but these are the only two times you have to come to campus. So that's something to put on your calendar right away and to make sure that you have that blocked out. So please take some time and read through the information in here. You do want to note the grading information is in this document. We will have online homework, online tests, a project that's submitted online, and miscellaneous assignments such as discussion boards and labs. I describe each of these in detail in the syllabus, and we'll also discuss them in our weekly announcements to make sure you understand what you need to be doing. So let's go ahead and go back to our Blackboard page. I want to note our Google Calendar. If you click the Google Calendar link, this gives you all of the assignments in one place. So right now you can see this, you don't see anything. This is actually May. It's chopped off a little bit of what you're seeing. See if I can move it a little bit for you. But here's June. So for June, you'll note that you have something almost every day. You can certainly work ahead in this course, and I recommend that a lot of times as you think about planning ahead. But the due dates are staggered so that you don't have all of the assignments for one chapter on one day. Typically for each chapter, you'll have a vocabulary quiz, you'll have a discussion board, that's the DB, and you'll also have My Math Lab homework and quizzes. You do have one kind of additional StatCrunch lab thrown in for chapter 2, but then you'll notice those three main assignments repeated in every chapter. So I recommend printing this out. There's June, and then we also have a July calendar so that you can check those off as you complete them. So let's go back to our page. Also on here is a link for the digital opt-in, opt-out form. You don't want to do anything with this link. It's just telling you that you have the option to opt out, but in our course, you have online homework that's required, so you don't want to opt out. So let's go back up to our course content link. You have a link to your ebook directly from the course content to StatCrunch, a software we'll be using, the multimedia library, which I'll show you a little bit in the chapter 1 video, and links to PowerPoints. Right now this links for screencasts is empty, and I'll be adding those as we go through the course. So there are not any assignments on this page. You'll find anything you actually have to turn in the assignments link. The very first assignment you want to complete is this mandatory course entry quiz. You might have noted on the course calendar that it's not actually the first thing that's due. You have until Sunday, take a look at this, Sunday, June 3rd to complete the mandatory course entry quiz, this MCEQ. And the vocabulary quiz for Chapter 1 is actually due first because we'll be getting into the content very quickly. But I recommend you start with this mandatory course entry quiz. In fact, after you watch this intro video, you should go ahead and do that first. It's a short true-false quiz that goes over questions that are covered on the instructor syllabus. So after you review this video, make sure you look at the instructor syllabus that we noted here, read through it carefully, and then you are ready to do the mandatory course entry quiz. What that does is let me know that you are enrolled in the course and staying in the course. If you don't complete it, you get booted out automatically. So then we have a link for the My Math Lab assignments. The gradebook, I stuck a link in here because it allows you to review your assignments after you submit them. It's most easily accessible from this gradebook link. You also have vocabulary quizzes and a link for all of the discussion board forums. In the course tools, it's a little bit bare bones right now. This academic materials link actually will come out. You probably won't see this after the video posts because we don't have anything that will go here. Then under the My Grades, this is a link to the Blackboard gradebook, which will contain all of your grades, whereas the link under the assignments just had your My Math Lab quizzes and tests that you could review. You also have a link to send me email, so you can use this link or just go directly to jmiller@cvcc.edu through your email. Send me an email that way. So that'll tell you a little bit about our course. Again, I recommend go back to this Getting Started link, open up the document for the instructor syllabus, read through it thoroughly, and then go ahead and complete the mandatory course entry quiz. All right, guys, that's it for our first video. I will see you in our next one.